Father, why are you doing this?
I must do it for mankind.
Do you not realize the ruin this could cause?
Yes, but I shall endure.
Your people will not. This planet will not.
Risks are inherent to any situation. As master of mankind, I must make my own decisions on the matter.
I am very much looking forward to how stupid some of these questions are going to be.
Even when the stakes are the annihilation of your home and everyone on it?
It must be done.
Oh, come on, you lot. These are just some harmless questions.
You have no say in this, Custodian. You have not looked into the repugnant abyss within which we are about to descend.
We did sort through the letters together. I've already done this once before.
Father must be correct in your lack of emotions. These questions are giving me the urge to turn every last Imperial in the galaxy into mindless chaos pawns. That way, the galaxy's general intelligence quotient would skyrocket.
Oh, they're not that bad. You're just overreacting.
Oh, like you and your Tau girlfriend.
I swear to fucking that
Oh
was
my
not
God.
bad. I am going to kick the living shit out of your...
Okay, well, it's a good thing that we did check out the shorts before this one. Man, that was so sad. Poor kitten, man. He just wanted to be happy.
red-vein fucking dick...
Calm down, children. It is neither your time nor place to be livid.
Well, if you are absolutely, completely, utterly, perfectly, entirely, horrifically, kill-your-planetically certain, let us begin.
Yes, let me just bounce up and down to get the papers. Alright, first question.
Wait. I need something first, just in case.
What is it, your Centurion? Yes.
That is better. You, little Centauri Bear, will be my life buoy in the sea of hate and disgust.
First question's from someone called Oh, great savior of mankind, I encroach on thy busy mind with a question of utmost importance to my mind. Didst thou, in all thy wiseness and foresight, not foresee the great heresy by the arch-traitor he whose name I won't speak? How the fuck did he know that? I eagerly await thy reply, but I must go now, lest the overseer punish me for not sorting through the cactuses in the Lord Governor's garden. Faithful yours, Tharm.
Okay, this is something that I have also been wondering, and I probably talked about it in several different videos in the Emperor TTS series. The general gist of the comments replying to that, the Emperor does know the future, but in most cases it is quite difficult to know exactly what's going to happen because, I mean, Tzeentch exists. And in many ways, while seeing the future, it could be a potential future, it could be a future twisted by a chaos corruption that makes you want to kind of go in that direction, or you see that future because by knowing that future you actively try to prevent it, but because you tried to prevent it, it actually is the reason why that future comes to be, and stuff like that. There's a lot of fucky-wucky stuff that's going on, so like even if you knew exactly what was gonna go down, it doesn't mean that that was 100% the thing that was going to happen.
Time fucking...
Is he a time-traveling scribe or just dyslexic?
That is beside the point. Answer the question! This is amongst the few good ones.
Since I am constantly several void whales ahead of anyone else, I am certain I did. But as I have said before, my memory is as fractured as the self-esteem of an overweight Eldar. But I think my expansive knowledge of all that is still out there, somewhere.
Damn.
Throne Emperor! Why can't you hear me? You must kill the Tau before it's too late! They will destroy us all! Send the Ultramarines to save us! They are our only hope! Throne Emperor!
Oh, there it is. Tzeentch's fault.
Anyway, next.
Imagine, like, the end times of Warhammer 40k happens, and it's not because of the Tyranids or the Necrons. It's the Tau. We're gonna come back to this episode and be like, they knew.
Question.
O great Emperor of mankind, I have thought long and hard about the question I would ask of you. About what a tiny, short-lived, insignificant speck like myself would ask of you, the pinnacle of man, Our most wise, benevolent, and self-sacrificing
Oh
emperor.
my God.
Truly, you are the most compassionate, empathetic
Yeah,
beings who ever
get on
existed.
with it.
You have seen us grow, guided us in our darkest hour, helpless as horrors beyond all decency and sense have plagued us. Surely you have seen the these and watched as we gleefully continue to fling ourselves into abandon, of our own will, with no care to harm we cause. Surely it must break your heart. O great man emperor, witness to our greatest of glories and deepest shames, I have thought long and hard over what I
Cut
would dare
down on
ask
the
of you.
word salad,
Why do you
man.
still love us? Why do you still even care? Respectfully, your humble servant.
My ass must taste of ground beef and rainbows if it is that delicious, because I would not
Right?
be surprised if it does.
He does have a very good point. Why do you care?
Because I see immense potential in mankind.
I cannot even comprehend that, honestly. Maybe it's because I've been in the war for a better part of 10,000 years,
You
but
may
I just
be
see
that,
a squabbling herd of animals.
I want you to imagine this.
Hello there, what is going on?
Imagine thousands upon thousands of angelic beings reminiscent of me in my prime.
Oh.
All united in a peaceful galaxy, in an interstellar imperium where all individuals have attained their own objective perfection. Without war nor political turbulence, they all lay naked upon a beautiful beach planet, reveling in the ecstasies of human life, and really fucking good hair.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what I want for mankind. To turn us all into an entire species of divine masterminds with giant gold-coated abs, just
Well,
like how
obviously you need the gold.
Can't take it! Ah!
Oh no! His hat!
Sorry, I'll take my leave.
Well,
I agree with Vactus that it is extremely wishful thinking. And for humanity to reach those heights, well, actually, he kinda did back in the day. Not that there's much information back on those days, but it came collapsing down in on itself as things do. Something that I wonder is, does the Emperor see himself as a man, or a human, or anything even remotely similar to other humans? Because the way the Emperor was created was from a very different method, but he has kind of seen humanity grow throughout the ages as a perpetual. I just wonder what the perspective of such a being would be like. How would you view your sons who are human, or other people who can't really comprehend the things that you do? And I guess it would be quite lonely, wouldn't it? That there would be very few people who understand your perspective on things, and you just kind of have to carry the weight of all that alone. Well, now I'm sad. I think I'm gonna stop that line of thinking and let's just move on.
that all sounds like extremely wishful thinking.
No,
Very extreme.
the potential exists. I made you Primarchs, remember?
Yes, but we were a very special case, were we not?
Of course you are special, my little Magni Magic, but that does not mean you are anything more than part of a failed batch.
Dang.
What?
Next question, please.
You're a failure.
This one's from Matthew. To the true man emperor of mankind, why is everything in the Imperium painted gold?
Because gold is given to those in first place. Every
Hell
lesser
yeah.
color is relegated to contestants who cannot keep up because of how much Xenocock they suck. Mankind
Dang.
rules. Whoop, whoop.
Another
Whoop,
one
whoop.
related to gold. From Cain the Governator.
Kane.
Dear Emperor, I am fascinated by the amounts of gold you seem to have in your possession, and I would like to inquire about where did you find so much? You see, I am ruling over a world, and I am considering about making investments gold plating all of my PDF armors to make them more impressive when they perform their crowd control duty against a disgusting populace. Because what fun is there in being wealthy and powerful if you don't use these assets to show off how much better and superior you
Exactly.
are than massive uncultured plebeians? I'm sure you can relate to such empowering sensation.
This is pretty much the equivalent of people who buy extremely expensive watches just to like wear them and show them off. For somebody in like, I guess my kind of economic situation, I could never imagine doing something so foolish with my money. But then again, for them, it's probably like a drop in the bucket.
I don't know how he would laugh when he's written it down. Maybe he'd go,
That's exactly how he would laugh, yes. And this is extra funny for me because Kane is the name of one of our friends who used to join us for streams. Sometimes pops in every now and then. He was the main protagonist, or voicing the main protagonist, where we were doing Danganronpa. And he joined us for a pretty good chunk of Persona 4 Golden, too. So, just imagining him laughing like that cracks me up.
Later on, I want you to send an explicit order to the Department of Money Tantrum to replace this scrote snake's every order with frosted copper and glitter glue. Next.
This one is from CZP Rothon. My Emperor, have you ever considered how much of a dick you were towards Magnus pre and during the Horus Heresy? After Ultramar then almost denied here, and even after that? I mean, have you ever tried to get some help with how to treat your children? Is it enough that they had to grow up without you?
You were owed this one, did you not?
As a matter of fact, I did not. This person just seems very logical.
Pretty sure you did.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you totally did.
No!
Yes.
Answer it, damn you!
I did all I could to prevent you from killing each other out of spite. What great father would not?
Good parents do not have children killing each other out of spite.
It was mostly because the
Good
planets
point.
you were raised upon were so gormlessly different that you had been force-fed radically disparate ideals since your birth.
So you're blaming our dead adoptive parents now?
Mostly the spectral shit stains that put you up for adoption to begin with.
Well,
Yeah,
could
true.
still have spent more quality time with us.
Shut up, I am answering questions here.
From an English speaker.
It makes a lot of sense how they'd be so incredibly different and have so many different views because of the environment that they grew up in. It's hard to determine, but for me, I feel like people usually end up being the results of the life experiences that they've had. That being said, there are also people who have been in kind of the same situation and yet come out extremely differently because of a different perspective that they were able to come up with. And I don't know if that's... Actually, I think there is a part of it that is somewhat genetic. But regardless of that, like, you send these people, these children, out into different planets to be raised by different people in different environments, and they're going to come out very different from each other and end up on potentially different sides, which is exactly what happened here. The only Primarch story that I know, or I guess backstory that I know of, is the Primarch of the Ultramarines, and it makes a lot of sense as to why he is the way that he is, because of the planet and the people that raised him. So I would imagine that there is very similar writing for the other Primarchs. Well, I suppose that depends on whether they have books about them or not, which by now I guess they would, but I wouldn't be surprised with just how much of 40k isn't really touched upon and kind of just mentioned.
O mighty Emperor, I have a query which has deeply troubled me in my creed. Is your glorious self a bloody necrophiliac, what with all the unhealthy amounts of skulls and all?
It is to show that even in its barest form, humanity is beautiful. Have you seen how majestically my cranium curves between my parietals? It is amazing and something that binds us all together.
My glorious Emperor, does your penis still function? Would you bang a towel if so?
By the sounds of things, they'd be too scared to even let me go near them with my enormous fiery great sword. Next.
So Emperor, you ever skip on leg day?
Fuck you.
My Lord Emperor, why doesn't she love me back?
If said
Why?
individual does not respond to your advances, then stop wasting your precious lifeblood on her, Sonny. Take it from someone who probably ravaged her great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother. She is not worth your time.
Here's a
Yeah.
question from someone called, Carl the Deranged.
Oh goodness no.
Dear Golden Shit Faggot, it's me, your
Oh
baby
my.
chef. Are you in pain? I fucking hope so, you cunt. Mostly I said this to give the one who opens it the Nurgle's rot I packed into it with. Go
Uh-oh.
on, collate another priest, you piece of decomposing garbage.
You are atrocious at sorting these.
Isn't this the most deadly disease in the galaxy?
Yeah.
Just refrain from breathing through your nose and you should be fine.
This still smells better than the spaghetti he cooked for me.
From
Dang! I love these clapbacks, man. I wasn't aware that there was a deadliest, like, Nurgle disease just floating around the galaxy. Because for Nurgle, it kind of develops constantly, you know? Or maybe that's just part of the joke.
O glorious Emperor of mankind, out of all the Chaos Gods and other douchebag deities that threaten the Imperium, which one pisses you off the most?
That is like asking what kind of brain cancer I prefer. I am too busy frothing and screaming to be able to answer.
This question is apparently from a piece of your lost soul, my lord. O glorious vessel of our splintered soul, Have you yet asked about what happened to the armor you wore during our duel with fucking Horus?
Thank you, glorious Space Emperor. Your question is grand, just like you. And I do actually remember. For when we were lying around dying after the duel, we lied there and listed off a couple hundred things those present
Did the Centurion just scratch its butt? What was going on there?
needed to do if we were to die. Amongst those, I told them to pulverize our armor and incorporate the fragments into Cruxtermine Nabatus badges.
Why, though? That sounds like an incredibly nonsensical thing to order when you're in need of urgent medical attention.
Yeah.
It was honestly a heat of the moment thing. Like, do you know when you are feeling extremely erogenous in bed, and you smack whoever is with you across the face just to see if it feels good?
You need
What? What? No, I don't know how that feels. Not at all. What? I mean, if that's what you're into, I won't question it, but I feel sorry for whoever your partner is.
to cease and desist right now.
Next questions! This one is from Eliphas the Inheritor. Hey, Corpse Emperor. Fuck you.
Where you? Uh-oh.
Next.
This one is also
Okay, I think that was one of the characters that was like the OC of one of the creator's friends. Like, they had showed up in a previous episode at one point, yeah?
kind of worrying. I am writing this letter from my hiding place under Agri-World's designation Delta 894571, Calixis Sector near Hazaroth Abyss. I have sealed my chambers to buy more time. I sent my ship away with as many refugees as possible and stayed on this doomed world. Emperor, I must warn thee of the greatest threat within this sector, the Tyrant Star. Its origins are unknown, though my sources indicate it may be older than the universe itself. It manifests as a black star, often possessing system's own natural star, and shines pale, baleful light. It brings mutation, madness, and untold horrors with it. That star now shines upon this world. I seal this letter into a plasteel box. Within there will be all the files I could gather before I had to hide. I pray it is not yet too late. The Clock of Harlocks, one I bought from one of his deserted mansions. One that never once has worked. No matter what I did, now counts time to midnight. Oiled with
Oh,
blood.
shit.
My hyper-realistic Kirby plushie cried 666 liters of blood for 13.72 seconds.
No, not the Furby
As I lay
plushie.
down my life and soul to save a few others, I pray for all souls in this world and one beyond. May they find shelter, the protection of your light. The scratching of the walls have stopped. They come.
That sounds awful.
It does.
How is anyone going to get 8M if the sun is black? You
That's what you're concerned about. Man's dying, and you're like, oh, this isn't such a great tan.
know anything about this atrocity, Bananian?
I have heard of it. It appears out of nowhere and hovers above planets, bringing anarchy and mutation in its wake. A prophetic manuscript called the Hereticus Tenebrae mentions that it is the harbinger of an encrypted
Wait, is this actually a thing? I had never heard of it until now, but once again, there's just so many things that, well, honestly, maybe it could have been retconned.
approaching darkness.
I am naturally not all too into the subject at hand, but this totally sounds like that hoe plus vertebrate Malol.
Bilal does not even exist.
I
Not
know.
anymore.
Maybe that black sun is actually a reality people out of his prison of non-existence.
Goodness me, do you think he could break free and cause havoc?
Hell no, he is an absolute pushover. He probably wrote that prophecy manuscript himself to make it seem like he is an actual threat.
I get out of here. I will be the greatest Chaos God ever. I'll fuck them all up.
Hell yeah.
Wait, I will become relevant again. Bilal.
I'll become relevant again? Is Malal just one of those YouTubers that fell off? Like, hey man, look, it happens. Sometimes you just gotta accept it. Also, who's this?
Just stop.
You just can't keep doing this to yourself.
Stop telling me. I will become Kevin. I will. Come, I'll make you some hot chocolate.
And is that Abaddon?
Like that. There, Malal. There.
This one appears to be made
Or maybe those were other characters that were retconned. Maybe that would make more sense.
Wait, that? This one's from some feral world named Dorvuzak
How do you even
Dwarf was
pronounce
that?
any of this?
Oh, mighty Emperor, savior of all mankind. Please, do answer me this simple question. What is exactly a fucking man of iron?
Imagine a tech priest, but completely mechanical, and absolutely mind-fuckingly dedicated to destroying all human life in the entirety of the galaxy, never ceasing to pursue even the slightest trace of human life until it gets gunned down by a volkite weapon or run over by a massive rolling pin. I would continue to explain more, but the war against the sentient machines lasted for such a short period of time that it is not as important as everyone seems to think.
Mr. Imp.
Wait, was this during the time when the AIs went rogue and humanity had to fight a war against the machines, the very machines that they had built? Kind of like a Terminator thing. I think we had covered that in Wes's timeline video for the Warhammer 40k universe.
Do Indian people still exist? What about Arabs?
For fuck's sake, why does everyone forget about Dolarn? They've done some good shit, and then their model line gets discontinued because nobody wanted to buy anything that didn't look like Starship Troopers, or the offspring of Apis drinking survivalist and a speech-impaired boxer.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Fourth degree interdimensional warfare.
No!
Next.
From Yellow Snowman, may I lick one's holy toes?
Immediate restraining order. Next.
Have you ever communicated with the Tyranid hive mind? If so, what's it
Oh.
like?
It is like talking to a herd of hungry sheep. It is unfulfilling and makes you look like an idiot. Next.
Dear
I don't think any psyker should even attempt to do that. Because I think there were some Inquisitors or some psychers that were kind of forced to do so. And from what I recall, they went mad. They went absolutely batshit crazy because it's not good. The human mind was not built to withstand the horrors that the Tyranid hive mind will unleash upon the universe.
fast food franchise.
Oh no.
I hope this letter reaches you. The burger I ordered got cold after I got home. Replace it for me.
Centurion!
No! Oh my god.
Yay.
Yay.
Pure love. Nevertheless, I am happy you two idiots do not work for an actual post office.
Let's continue.
That Centurion saved so many people's lives. Honestly, the actual MVP of this series.
Why does everyone hate Eldar so much?
Maybe if they were not so far up their own asses their lower intestines resembled life-size plastic casts, I would not want to spank the living shit out of their pointed ass cheeks. That and a couple other reasons which are beside the point.
And then she says, "Oh, I'm not going to tell you how to prevent this impending doom which threatens us both." Tell me about it.
From Gilgamesh Aurora. Oh my
I have no idea who those people were, but I'm assuming they were talking about a specific Eldar woman who did not want to reveal the plot for the sake of the narrative. I kind of hate it when that happens and like a character knows exactly what's going to happen, but they have to speak about it cryptically. Like, I get it. It's for the sake of the story, but still, I don't feel like it's a very realistic approach to that.
my fabulous emperor! I found the heresy. Where do I put it?
Shove it in your face and choke on it. Next.
Here's one from an Inquisitor, Amberly Vale. Do you have it out for Caiaphas Cain, or is he just unlucky and or a source for entertainment for the Chaos Gods?
He is one I have
question.
actually perceived visions of during my hours of silence. Caiaphas Cain was one of a select few individuals in the Imperium, whom I felt had enough common sense to survive whatever the Chaos Gods threw at him.
Honestly, true. Like, this man runs when he knows that there's no chance of winning, which can't really be said about most other Imperial Guards or Space Marines or even Inquisitors. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and it's not just his luck that makes him survive, but that as well.
This is more than I can say for most people who served me.
Yeah.
Also, check his data slate the next time you see him, to his rate, but 3 as a crowd. Ha ha.
Judge Modestus. He says, Dear Emperor, what are we going to do with all the Adeptus Sororitas laying around? Now that you've directly reformed the ecclesiarchy into a non-religious sect, Doesn't that mean the sororities will no longer have any power from their now heretical faith? They're about as effective as power-armored nuns without worshipping you as a god. I bring this up because I don't have enough Arbites to keep them out of the local taverns, bars and pubs. We will be out of alcohol in mere months at this rate, and the combined weight of sisters abandoning the shrines to drown their sorrows will collapse the hives on several planets.
They need to calm the tits down. If my wish was for anyone to not continue fighting against chaos contrivances and the like, my fragments would probably not have given them the strength to do so. Order the sorority to send whoever else to get back.
Wait, my fragments wouldn't have given them the strength to do so. Does that mean the power that, like, the Sisters of Battle and really all the other religious sects kind of channel is directly through the shards of the Emperor himself? Are they, like, I don't know, I guess possessed? Or do they kind of act as a host for those shards? I'm not sure, but just from that line, that's what I would assume that's referring to. Maybe it's used as a way to channel their power.
Back out there and fight in my name. Tell them that if they do, I will send out special edition Emperor's Sunside Vacation pin-ups for their enjoyment. If their faith in humanity is so lacking that they leave me out of its category, let them be enlightened by what perfect fucking pecs humanity and humanity alone can grace the galaxy with.
Our next message is from... him.
Who?
The Millennial.
Oh.
That guy.
Who?
Hey, Emps. I've been out here leading the Alpha Crusade for a while, and a guy from the Flesh Terrors keeps saying that he hopes some guy called Sanguinio will help us. From what he described, and from what I've read, the Sanguinio sounds like your son Sanguinius. Just wondering, is it really him after all those years?
I was there when my son died. I saw his body, felt no life from his flesh. Whatever fucking Horus had done to him, he could not be brought back. Sniff.
Or Sanguinius.
If the Sanguiner is really even a fragment of the only one of my children that laid his life down for me, hopefully he knows that Daddy misses him very much. Sniff, sniff. Sob.
Sniff, sniff, sob. Thank you, Centurion.
Well, Father, did you get what you wanted out of this?
Yes. This put me more into balance, and the time I surfed a space Hulk in the warp and smashed
What?
it right into one of Singe's crystal garden planets.
You did what?
What do you want me to do with the rest of the letters, my lord?
Keep them around. The last thing I want is more questions to be turned into some little kid space marine costume when some random adept is sent to manage the pile.
That's how it is, isn't it? Always having other people do the dirty work for you. I mean, it's not like he can fucking move or anything, Magnus. Oh, wait!
You need to shut your face, Richard Lyon.
Why do you tell me to shut up all the time?
You keep complaining despite you having the fucking mane of a great beast.
Rabble, 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 rabble.
I'm going to bed.
That's probably for the best kid in. I wonder how long this goes on for. Rabble. Oh man, these AMA stuff is great.